We had almost 200 head of states. We had 100,000 protesters who want to speak out about climate change.
As the world watched the events around the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Copenhagen, the Danish National Police was in charge of much more than just the security of the heads of state gathered in the Danish capital. Activists held marches calling for a global agreement on climate issues, and the Danish police had to ensure safe conditions for both the world leaders debating inside as well as the safety of the passionate crowds outside. To that effect, the Danish police has been working closely with the EU SEC2 team. Funded by the European Commission, the EU SEC2 project aims to coordinate national research programs and policies on major events security. Chief Superintendent Mogens Lauritsen had to deal with the sheer scale of such an event.
The biggest challenge for an event like COP15 is to make good security preparations that allows normal life to go on and allow protesters to speak out the way they like.
Building on experience gathered at major events, the work of the EU SEC2 team will facilitate the development of efficient, cost-effective security tools for member states.
I have the opportunity to participate in a meeting in Rome in advance of the big Champions League final, and in June this year I was participating in an evaluation team who was looking at the Pope's visit in Cyprus.
Data collected at such events is analysed, and that already serves as the foundation for a set of best practices for police forces of member states.
We have evaluated COP15 by EU SEC2 standards and made an evaluation report which is sent to EU SEC2, and now other countries can learn from our experiences during COP15. Whole our concept is based on what we have learned from Great Britain, from Germany, from Holland, from Spain and so on. But we do it in a Danish way.
EU SEC2 is conceived as a regional initiative within the United Nations UNICRI IPO framework. UNICRI's unique managerial and coordination capacities enable it to facilitate optimal common security research policies among European nations.
There is the elaboration of a common research culture in Europe, meaning by research, in our case, the security planning. And this is the most important achievement and the most long-lasting. Security, as I was saying, is not a goal. It must not be perceived as something imposed, but just as a blanket that can be pulled up in case of need.
The project has proven its potential for security cooperation by assembling a broad coalition of 22 EU member states. Its long-term aim is to assist the creation of a European House of Major Events through the harmonisation of national security research policies.
The European House of Major Event Security is the main outcome of EU SEC2. And it will be opened in mid-2011 at the end of the current project.
Denmark is often referred to as one of the most peaceful countries in the world. Yet security at global gatherings of an international scale should never be taken for granted. For many involved in the climate change conference in Copenhagen, the debate as to the results is still open. But a very significant achievement was the Danish police's handling of the security.
En af de største udfordringer for dansk politi i forbindelse med COP15 var den store opgave og den kompleksitet, det medførte. Og så sammenholdt med, at det var en utrolig lang planlægningsfase med mange ændringer undervejs, betød, at vi skulle skifte fokus mange gange. Og så for en lille politistyrke, så er selve operationen selvfølgelig en stor udfordring, fordi det er et meget stort felt af forskellige forbehold og så videre, vi skulle tage hensyn til.
As cultural, political and sports events grow bigger and have a bigger impact across Europe, new security issues arise, and with them, new challenges appear.
Set fra dansk side, så er det meget værdifuldt, at vi er sammen med andre lande i sikkerhedsspørgsmål. Og specielt fordi, at vi i EU SEC2-programmet meget åbent og fordomsfrit kan diskutere alle de udfordringer, vi som politistyrker eller som research-institutioner har. Dem kan vi diskutere med hinanden, om vi kan udveksle erfaringer, og vi kan udvikle sammen, hvilket betyder utrolig meget. Vi har forskellige tilgange til det, men sammen synes jeg faktisk, at det giver et rigtig godt udbytte, som vi alle sammen kan drage nytte af.
EU funding is of course vital to the very existence of a project like EUSEC2.
Jeg tror, at det har meget stor betydning, at et projekt som EUSEC2 er finansieret af EU-kommissionen. Også fordi, at det giver den mulighed, at vi, de forskellige lande, uden at skal have den økonomiske barriere, kan indgå i et samarbejde som EUSEC2. Jeg tror, det vil være sværere at indlede et sådan samarbejde, hvis der ikke var en finansiering, som for eksempel EUSEC2-programmet giver mulighed for.
No doubt future major events will benefit from the research experiences gathered from EUSEC2.
All the authorities in charge of major event security in Europe are directly involved in this project. For example, for what concerns the 2012 Olympic Games hosted in London, the London Metropolitan Police is partner of EUSEC2. This ensures a constant link and the possibility for the London authorities to directly refer to the House for the planning of the Olympics.
European citizens love to gather at such events. They also love to voice their opinion. With the help of the European Union, Chief Lauritsen, Chief Harlev and the EUSEC2 team will continue their efforts to ensure they can do so in a safe environment.